Hello, YouTube family. This is Courtney. I'm just coming back to you with a brief video. I know it's been a minute. I told myself I was going to dedicate myself to at least making a video once a week. So starting today, I'm back with another video just to uplift, to inspire, and to just tell and share my journey with a lot of you all who may have been through something or going through something. So this is just my way of just kind of ministering to you, to help you, and just to share what some of the things that I've been through that has helped me along my journey to get to where I am now, which is a place of peace, a place of confidence, a place of belief, a place of feeling whole, and just a place of feeling true happiness, and a happiness that I thought never existed. So I would find it robbery to keep this to myself, knowing that I can share this with you all and hopefully it'll help you out. Very briefly, I just want to talk to you about some of the things that we go through in life, and I like to call it the boot camp of life, and and the things that come along with it, and how can we overcome it, endure the challenges that we are faced when we're faced with these different obstacles in life. So it's just something I just simply label the boot camp the boot camp of life. And it's first, I just want to let you know to allow yourself to go through that boot camp moment that life brings. This is a part of life where you're feeling hurt, abused, neglected. You're feeling that everything that you do is not right. You're failing. Nothing around you is working. The resources that you once had are no longer available, or they're scarce. You're looking around, you don't know what to do, how to get through it, and you're feeling lonely, you're feeling vulnerable, you're feeling broken, lost, alone. And these are some of the feelings that I've had. I felt defeated, ashamed, hurt, and just simply confused. So during this boot camp moment, you're starting to doubt your abilities to survive and to overcome to this thing called life. You're starting to doubt yourself, like you can't do it. You're starting to feel defeated, and like, I just don't want to deal with it anymore. It feels as if you don't have enough strength within you to get through the everyday things that life brings. And that's what I call a boot camp moment. Like, I am being tried, I'm being tested. And we've all experienced those moments, and some of us, like I said earlier, we're going through those moments now. We're experiencing where we feel like our back is against the wall. We're feeling like we can't overcome this thing. We feel that we can't defeat or get through this addiction or get out of this toxic relationship. We feel like we'll never get that promotion, that job, that career, that ministry, that business started. We feel like everything that we do is just crumbling. And that's that boot camp moment in life. And you have to sit there and pause and just really be like, okay, what's really going on? And what I thought to myself when I was going through was that this is something that I'm not doing right. It's something that I'm causing on myself. And granted, there may be some truth to that, but I had to really realize that, okay, this boot camp moment that I'm going through, it's okay. I had to breathe and just tell myself that this is okay. When I think of a boot camp, in the workout arena, the athletic arena, I think of intense training, transformation, endurance, tenacity, growth to become the better version of yourself, to look the part, to feel the part. Those are the boot camp. When I think of it at that way, it's very intense. It's very, very hard. It's very challenging. but it only is necessary because it's going to create the better version. It's going to give you everything that you need in order to perform and to look your best. And that's just from the, I guess, the physical perspective of it, or from the workout arena or whatever. So then I have to tell myself, or ask myself, well, Courtney, if it works that way with working out and eating healthy and, going to spin class and boxing classes, weightlifting and things of that nature, then clearly the same concept has to work in everyday life in general. It just didn't make sense. If boot camp worked this way in the physical part of it, then every other aspect of my life, it has to work the same way. And that's just, the way I thought, and that's what kind of brought me to it. Okay, well, this experience that I'm having in life is a boot camp experience. And what I found out on my personal growth and self-love is to endure those moments in life where I am at my lowest. I had to endure through those. And most moments is where I've learned, and in those moments is where I've learned something new about myself that also helped strengthen me mentally, spiritually, emotionally. However, if I would have given up, I would have never been able to reap the benefits of me where I'm at now. I would not have ever been able to experience the new me. I have gotten rid of the old Courtney, the old way of thinking, the old way of living, the old way of loving, the old way of giving, the old way of eating, the old way of just being. And I started to embrace the new me, the new way of loving and giving and caring and being as Courtney in general. So if I would not have went through my boot camp experience, I would not have been able to experience the wonderful woman, the wonderful queen that I am now in this moment. And it only gets better. It doesn't stop here. It only gets better. There's levels to this thing. It doesn't just stop with, okay, this is one obstacle and I'm better. It continues to grow. You continue to evolve. So I just want to briefly just share with you some of the things that helped me get through and to get to where I am now. And like I said, this is only one level of me. And that this is only one level of you once you get over this. Because as again, life is going to happen. You're going to find yourself in those sticky situations again. But the beauty of it is that when you have already looked back to where you have come from and where you are now, you have strengthened yourself. You have strengthened your confidence. You have strengthened your self-esteem, your motivation, your endurance, your tenacity to be like, okay, if I got through that hurdle, I'm definitely going to get through this because now I am equipped. I know what I need to do. I know what I have to do. I know what is a must in order to get through this thing the same way I got through that thing. Give and take, you may have to alter some things, and I think you have to find that out in your personal journey, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, because everything that someone gives you that worked for them, you may have to tweak it a little bit so it'll fit in your program, to fit in how you operate to better yourself. However, the outcome is still the same. So the first thing I want to share with you is what I would like to say is when you're in this rut, this boot camp moment, is to, I know it's going to be hard and I know it's not right, it's not fair, but just accept it. Accept it. I'm in this rut. I'm in this hole. I feel like I'm about to drown. I feel like I'm dying. Take a deep breath and accept it. Accept where you are. Accept where you are right now in life. And just know it's not something that is good. It's not right. It may not be fair. You're not going to like it. But you have to understand that this bitter ditch that you're in is going to pass. Stop fighting it and accept it, and continue to just ask yourself, what is it that I need to learn? What is it that I can do to get myself out of this? what resources can I use in order to get myself out of this while I'm in this moment, instead of trying to avoid it and act like it doesn't exist. Just accept it because it's working for you. And the second thing is, in order, when you just come to an acceptance, like, oh, dang, it is what it is to change your attitude. I think attitude is very important. When I got to a point of just accepting where I am in life, I had to check my attitude. I had to have what I call a daily self-check, or even, as sometimes it was hourly self-checks. I would have to tell myself, it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse to the point where I could actually experience death, but it's not. So I have to accept and change my attitude and just tell myself it could be worse. Appreciate that this moment is a learning experience for me. The attitude from negative of being a party pooper or Debbie Downer or whatever you want to call it, I had to be like, okay, it could be worse, Courtney. What can I learn in this moment to grow, to evolve, to better myself? How can I take this bitter moment in this ditch to create my mindset to look at it from a positive perspective? How can I take this negative moment in this ditch to create in my own world, which is in my head, in my mind, in my spirit, in my body, my soul, a world that is going to help me get out of this ditch? Because me being negative, me talking down about myself, me feeding this negative thing or this negative situation was only going to continue to give it life. And I was trying to kill it. And the only way to kill it was to change my attitude about how I was perceiving it and looking at it. So that's just one of the second step that I want to share with you, is to change your attitude. Don't look at it as, even though it may be negative, don't look at it as a total negative thing. Look at it what I like to call from a bird's eye view, meaning stop looking at it face on and saying, oh gosh, I have $200 to my name, this needs to be paid, this needs to be paid, this needs to be paid. Or, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to get out of this, how can I accomplish this? Stop looking at it head on and look at it from a bird's eye perspective. That means that you're looking at the bigger picture. This is only a speck of an issue that you may have in your life. This is not your life. This is only a moment that you're going to overcome, that you're going to get over. So don't be so hard on yourself and think negatively as if you can't do it, because you can. And you have to also, what I did was to have to remind myself, okay, Courtney, I am not weak. I am not defeated. I am not going to break. I am not going to give up. And that's simply because I am created in His image. And when I think about that, I'm like, okay, well, if I'm created in God's image, God is everything. He is strength, power, love. He is confidence. So if I'm created in that, that means that some of what He created me in, I have some of that. He created me in His image, so I possess some of those things. I possess that. That means that I can do this. So that's what I stayed on that platform of being positive, even though those negative moments came, and they are going to come, and it's not going to be this is a journey that you're on. This is a journey to reinvent yourself, to transform your total being. So it's not going to be a sprint, and it's not going to come overnight. You have to work at it daily. And that's what I had to do. I had to work at it daily and change my attitude and pick and choose my battles, and what I was going to fight, what I was not going to fight, what I could do and what I could not do. And I stayed with that, and I stayed positive. So in this ditch of this rut that I was in, I learned how to create my own world of happiness, my own world of positivity, my own world of endurance, and knowing that I can get through it. And that started with my attitude. And then the fourth thing I had to do was I had to really take a moment to look around and be like, okay, the weight that I am carrying is already heavy. What can I do? And this is kind of connecting with attitude. What is it that I can do to remove dead weight? So that's the fourth thing you have to do. Well, fourth thing that I did was I started to look around and say, okay, what is it that I need to do to remove dead weight? Is it a toxic relationship? And that does not just mean with a significant other. It could mean with a family member that is not pouring into your life, that is not speaking positivity into your life. The vibration is off, the energy is off, it's not good, it's not conducive to your health. It can be a friendship, a co-worker, anybody, it can even be a church member, somebody that's in in your life that is not helping you, but is adding extra pressure onto you. You have to remove that, because in this moment of your boot camp moment, it's about you. This is a selfish moment right now. You can't carry extra weight and expect for you to overcome this, because the weight that you are supposed to carry, that is a requirement, is heavy enough. So you have to remove these toxic things out of your life. And now also, you have to do a little soul searching to see if it's something internally that I'm carrying that I need to let go. What is it that is embedded in my subconscious mind that is hurting me, that is preventing me to move on, to finish, to get to the finish line, or to endure, to grow? Is it something that happened in your childhood that mommy and daddy did that you have not forgiven them for, gave yourself for? Is it a conversation that needs to be had with someone, or even with yourself, to let you know that I can't carry this anymore? This is too heavy on my heart, this is too heavy on my mind, and it's only weighing me down because I cannot do it. Have that moment, have that conversation, because it's a must and a need in order for you to remove that dead weight. So, and also it could be a bad habit, smoking, drinking, partying too much, whatever the case may be. A bad habit that's adding extra stress, extra heartache, extra pain, negative energy. Whatever it is that you need to do, is if it's a bad habit, you need to remove it. And you also, this is very imperative that you do this, on this boot camp journey. You have to be very mindful of what you're feeding your spirit. What is it that you're watching? What is it that you are allowing to be spoken into your ear? What are you reading? What are the environment, the setting that you're in? Is it good for you? Do you need to remove some things, remove some people, remove a color, or something that is not helping you in this journey? You need to remove that. So it could be a numerous of things. You have to be very careful about what you are listening to. And also, in addition, for me, I had to realize, what is it that I'm putting in my mouth that is also very weighing me down. I had to change my way of eating. I couldn't just pig out like I wanted to. I couldn't just drink sodas and things like that, because it was weighing me down. And I knew that I had a race that I had to finish in order for me to survive and to become the greater version of me. So that's the fourth thing. And the fifth thing, excuse me, that I want to share with you is that, and this is very important, because again, you have to understand that this is not a sprint. You're not going to get this overnight. I didn't. There's plenty of times that I was going, and I mean, the race was good, and the weights were off. I was lighter, and I was getting through it. But then something happened, or something didn't happen, and I stopped. I dropped the weights. I dropped the ball. I stopped. I didn't necessarily give up, but I just got complacent. I stopped. I didn't continue to push on through. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't, a lot of my videos that I wanted to make, I didn't do it, because I just stopped. I just stopped. And you have to understand that life is going to happen. It's not scripted. We don't know what life may throw at us, and it may be too heavy for us to carry. And that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's nothing that you can do with it. You have to realize also that you are human. You're gonna fail. You're gonna make mistakes. Embrace it. Don't beat yourself up about it. The only way that you are going to true and honestly fail in life is when you quit and it becomes dead to you. But if you continue to keep going, try again. That's the fifth thing, is to continue to just keep trying. Keep trying. because each time that you fall and you get up, you can't be you don't realize it, but you're building strength as well. I went 1 mile and I stopped. But then when I went back again, I did 2. I gained an extra mile because I have strengthened myself, and it's more so mentally than physically. You strengthen yourself, telling yourself, "I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. This is only temporary. I am going to do this." And you continue to go. Each step gets higher and higher, and you get stronger and stronger. And that's what boot camp is. Is that you know we're not expecting for you to get it overnight. You're going to drop the ball. You're going to fail. But you have to understand that that's okay. It's okay. You're human. Catch your breath. Say a prayer. And know that you have the ability to win. This is your life and you have to fight for it, because no one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to come in and carry that weight for you. This is for you. This is all for you. It is a purpose. So, and lastly, I do also want you all to remember, and like I said, this is what I have went through for my life journey. And I'm so glad that I did it. There are plenty of nights when I was alone. I had nobody, nothing, and I had to depend on nobody but myself. And of course, my creator to help me get through this thing. And like I said, majority of it is mental. It's mental strength. It's spiritual strength to know that you have everything that you need in order to get through life's boot camp. Because they're going to come. You can't avoid it. What you can do is just lie down and die on it, and you will never realize that there is levels to you as a being. You're not just supposed to be complacent where you are. You're supposed to go higher and higher and higher, and it never stops. It never stops. And that's the beauty of being who you are. That's the beauty of the creator creating us through him. We're supposed to fly high and be these eagles with strength and with wide, strong wings, so that we can soar and we can be the best version of ourselves. So you have to remember that going through this season is for a reason. God is using this boot camp moment in your life to remold you, to reshape you, to take out those lumps, to take out those dead parts, and to smooth out those rough edges and make you perfect in your imperfections for him. Because see, you have to understand that there's a calling on your life. There's a reason for your being. You have a purpose. And even if you are in your purpose, there's levels to your purpose. So if you haven't found it, just know that these boot camp moments are God's way of saying, I love you too much to let you just sit here and rot. So let's go through. You have to get through this, because I have to retrain you. I have to break you down in order to remold you back up into the greater version of you, because you have a purpose. And you cannot walk into your calling. You cannot walk into your purpose with that old man of being negative, being disrespectful, being hurtful, having all that pain, that bitterness, that jealousy, that rage inside of you. You can't be the best version of you with all that weighing you down. So while you're going through this boot camp and trying to get through the mud and climbing the fence and jumping the rope and swinging from tree to tree and doing your lifting your weights, your squats, whatever it is that is symbolic for, training yourself in your life in general, whatever it is you're going through, embrace it. Embrace it, accept it, endure it, and if you fall, try again. Don't ever give up, and just know that this is for you. This is all for your good. It's working together for you. So love yourself enough to endure it. Don't give up on it. Love yourself enough to know that this is only temporary. This ditch is only temporary. I'm going to change my attitude. I'm going to endure. I'm going to know that I want to walk into my purpose and my calling, because there is one there. I know some of you may say, well, it is what it is. No, there's something there. There's a passion that lies within your heart that you keep thinking about it. But it's time for you to go through this boot camp process, because it's time for you to birth that thing, because someone is depending on your gift. Someone is depending on your word. Someone is depending on that book. Someone is depending on that business. Someone is depending on you. And in order for you to deliver that for them, and then for yourself, is to endure and go through these boot camp moments that life bring, and do not give up, because you have it in you. And just love yourself enough to go through the boot camp experience. And also, and lastly, trust God and trust your ability to get through it, because you have to love, he loves you enough to put you through it. You have to love yourself enough to go through it. And I promise you, I'm a living witness. This is my testimony. When I went through it and I got through on the other side, I never knew happiness like this. I never knew completion like this. I never knew wholeness like this. And it's not so much in the materialistic stuff that I have. I don't care about money and the big houses and the cars. And don't get me wrong, they're nice and I would love to have them. But I am so rich in my spirit, because I've learned and accept and appreciate who Courtney is. And every day I am evolving into a bigger and higher and more authentic queen that I know that I am. There's levels to this thing. The onion peel is continuing to peel off, and I'm being replenished every day by his grace and his mercy, and the energy that he has given me, the love that he has shown me. So this, again, is not a sprint, my love. It is a journey that's going to take you through many turns and ups and downs, but embrace it and go through it. Change your attitude and be the true, authentic person that God wants you to be, because your purpose lies in the other end of that hurdle. The purpose lies at the end of that boot camp. Your purpose is going to be birth. You have to trust and believe that. So I hope and pray that this helps you all. Share this video, download it whenever you need some confidence. You know, hey, I'm praying for you all. I wish you all the best. I do love you. And I want everyone to get to that level of happiness with self first before anything, because self-love is the best love, and self-growth. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off now, and I hope you all have a blessed life. I love you. Peace.